This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, team. In this Databricks Data Engineering Master Program. So, in today's session, shit, I think I have not changed the. Yeah, yeah. So, in this Databricks Data Engineering Master Program, in today's session, we will talk about comprehensive guide to creating databases, delta tables, delta utils. Okay, so there are a lot of things we'll be discussing. So I just used the title. So we'll understand why we want to use a delta lake. Yesterday we have discussed, but I'll summarize today once again. Difference between traditional database versus data lake versus delta lake. Yesterday we discussed. Solution architecture with the delta lake. Difference between managed versus sectional table. So from here onwards, whatever I'm telling, this will be completely, I'll show you with the notebook hands-on. Okay, difference between managed versus sectional delta tables, different ways to create databases and tables, different ways to drop databases and tables, Databricks delta lake utilities, how to insert data into delta tables in append and overwrite mode, how to copy data from external file to delta table, how to create a delta table with the CTAS, create table as, meaning from some other table you can create a delta table, how to do that. So these are the things we'll be discussing in today's session. So traditional databases, the advantages of this is it is faster for querying the data, it is easy to use, and it has a acid compliance and CRUD operations can be applied. But only problem with this is it supports only structured data. That's where we are moving to the Hadoop. In the Hadoop, so the advantage is it allows structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data, and it is easily scalable. You can put more computes to process huge data, and it is cost effective compared to the databases. The Hadoop storages is cost like less cost. But the problem with Hadoop is it is hard to use because if your data is somewhere, you first have to get it into the HDFS. That's the problem. No acid support, no CRUD operations. It is slow compared to our databases. That's where we are going to the Spark. The advantage of the Spark is it allows all types of data. It is easily scalable. It is faster. It is easy to use, and it is like costly compared to the Hadoop. But the problems with Spark mainly is no acid support and the CRUD operations. That's where we are moving on to the Delta Lake. Delta Lake, what it does, it supports the structured, semi-structured, unstructured data, easily scalable, faster, easy to use. It is costly, but it supports acid properties and CRUD operations. These all are the advantages that we are getting. Okay. So meaning all the benefits that we have with these three we will be getting in the delta lake. Able to understand it? So that's where we are moving on to the delta lake. So yes, like same things. Traditional databases allows only structured data, but data lake delta lake supports all types of data. Even delta lake we can able to process streaming data. Okay, traditional databases supports only batch. Data lake supports only batch, but Delta Lake supports the streaming data. Schema, while writing data, if the schema is not matched, databases will throw error, but Data Lake will have a flexibility. Delta Lake also you have a flexibility. By default, it will throw error. If you want to allow, you can able to allow. Next, ACID transactions, databases as ACID transactions, and the Delta also will have a ACID transaction, but Data Lake is not having that. Corruption on failure, yes, they if at all any issue with the data, there will be failure. So corruption of data is not possible. So there won't be any corruption here. So corruption of data is possible here. There won't be any corruption here. It will throw error immediately if at all data is going to be corrupted. Clear all of you, team? Now, if you see solution architecture as we discussed, team, so if we have a data coming from various source systems using ADF and Synapse, we put it in a CSV, JSON or Parquet format in the branch. We read data into Databricks, we transform it like we do data validations, write data into Silver in Delta format. From Silver, we read the data again. We create a aggregator results, gold like dimensions and facts. The aggregator results we will keep here. That is ready for creating reports, ready for analysis. The data consumed by BI app like Power BI and Tableau for creating the reports. So the entire orchestration we will be doing using the ADF team. Okay, yeah, that's all slides. Now let's go to the notebook. Okay. All other things I'll be showing through the practicals. So create a computer team here. This is a Spark transformation part 10 session, you can say. So first important thing is, as you people requested yesterday, can we create these delta tables by pointing to the Azure storage accounts, maybe blob or data lake. So that's where I just wanted to show you. So that's why I'll be pointing it to the storage account today. That's where let me go and create one data lake storage. So how to create a mount point for data lake storage Gen2 team? Please summarize the points. Someone please quickly go to storage account. I'll create a storage account. After creation of storage account, what we need to do? This is a resource group. This is a storage account name. Next, enable hierarchical namespace. Click review plus create. Click create team. Okay. Tell me team what steps we need to do. Okay, I'll go to the storage account. I'll create a container called global. Okay. So next, what we need to do to create a mount point? We need to create a app registration. When you will tell answers, go to app registration. Click on this Cloud Pandit user to take this user. Grant the required permissions here. Access control IAM. Add role assignment. Storage block. Data contributor. Role I am granting for this particular app registration. Okay, once I granted the permissions to this particular user, like now what we need to do, we need to put Cloud Pandit Dev ADLS global container and 2BDFC CE 2BDFCFA8. So that is the username. Password, yes, direct ID is always same. So yesterday only I generated one password called S6D. If you see S6D, so same password is there. Meaning I can able to use the same credentials. Now first of all, I'll attach this notebook to the cluster. Existing mount point, whatever is there, that mount point I will remove it. So how to remove the existing mount point? You can use dbutils.fs.unmount. Okay. Now I'll be creating the mount point again. Okay. So mount ADL legend 2. Now we are finishing. Okay. Now let's understand difference between managed table versus sectional table. Theoretically, what is the difference that we discussed yesterday? What is the difference between managed table versus sectional table? Can you tell me, Tim? Whatever you understood, please tell me, Tim. The difference between managed table versus sectional table.
In manage table, data is residing under Databricks Hive location.
Hmm.
In external table, the data will be under ADLS or S3. Um, in manage table, if we delete the table, uh, the entire table will be deleted. But in the external table, we need to delete it manually.
So if you delete a managed table, data also will get deleted automatically. But external table, if you delete a table, only table will get deleted, data still available. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see that. Now, first of all, if at all warehouse folder is available, I am dropping, I removed everything now. First of all, let me clean up all the cell outputs. Okay, now you see, I am just removing if at all anything is there in this warehouse folder. Now I am listing down, is there anything in this? It says warehouse folder itself not available. It will throw error. File not found exception. This warehouse is not available. Now what we are doing, Tim, here, is it a managed table or is it external table?
Uh,
Manage table.
is manage table.
Is it a managed table or is it a external table? Okay, managed table. Let's see. First, let's create it. So after creation of this table, okay, after creation of this table, we need to see within this warehouse. Okay. Now, first thing is tell me in, okay. So I don't want to confuse everything at once. So this is the table we created. Now we can see what is there in this Hive location. See, now it is showing EMP is there, but same path when I list down earlier, it thrown error, but now it is showing EMP. So under EMP, what will be there? Only log table will be there, log folder will be there because there is no data is available. Okay. Now I want to, before I insert some data and see some files here, I want to verify whether it is a managed table or external table. So you can use the utility command like this: describe formatted EMP table. So like, can you show me all the details about this? Describe the EMP table. So now you see the type of this table is, what is this table? It is saying managed. What is the location of this table? This is the location. Who is providing delta? Okay, What is the table name? This. In which database it is created? Default database, meaning if you are not creating your own database, if you are not asking to create in your own database, it will create in a default database. Clear all of you? Yes. Now come here. Now I am inserting few records. Just I am inserting a one record now. After inserting one record, if you list down the content of the EMP, earlier we have seen only log folder, but now you will also see Parquet file. Okay, Parquet file will have the actual data. Underscore delta log will have a transaction details. We will go in depth about these things in the upcoming sessions, don't worry. So because I was not able to keep it, is almost 90 plus cells, notebook is getting stuck. So that's why I thought even we can't able to complete these many cells in a day, one day I can say. So that's why I just thought of discussing them in the next session. Okay, Tim? Now, what will happen if I just drop the table EMP? Now I am dropping the table EMP. Now let's list down the content from the warehouse. What is the content that we will have in this warehouse? Nothing is there. Why? The reason is it is a managed table. When you delete the table, the content of the table, including the logs and data, everything will get deleted. Is it deleted or not deleted?
Deleted.
Yes, it's deleted. Okay, this is all about the managed table. Now let's look at the external table. See, this path is currently available in the data lake storage or not available. This path is not available, but till here it is available. Till mnt slash global it is available. We mounted, but this India silver EMP is not available. But by putting this path, I want to create a same EMP table, but it is in this location. Now, what happens? This path will be created automatically by this external delta table. So no need to use the keyword called create external table. But if I put a create external table, will it throw any error? Yesterday we have seen that. If I use create external table, will it throw any error? Hmm? Tell me. If I use the external keyword, create external table, no. Okay, there won't be any difference between if you are putting external keyword or not. Okay, now let's see describe formatted EMP utility command I am using to see what is the type of this table. See in the default database EMP table, what is this table type? Table type is
External.
external. What is the location? This is the location. Okay, now mnt slash global slash India slash silver slash EMP. Now I am listing down what it is showing, log file folder. Now if I insert some data into this particular external EMP table, okay, now what it will show? What it will show now? Now it will show Parquet file as well because it will have a data. This is a log details. Clear, team? Now if I drop this EMP table, what will happen, team? If I drop table EMP, if I list down the content, will my data still available or not available? Tell me. Huh?
Available. Data is available in this
Data
path.
is still available. Okay. Clear all of you? Data is already available. Are we good with this till here? Now you can manually go and you can also see it is accessible. The paths are accessible. You can go and validate everything. See, this is a part data underscore delta log. It has how many times you execute. First time when you create a delta table, it is created. Okay. So when you inserted data, these are created. You can see the time also. These are created when you create the table, but when you insert the data, these two files are created. Timestamp, you can see these two timestamps are different, these 5 timestamps are different. Okay, but remember these two, whenever you insert one more record, if you insert one more crc json file will be added here. But we will go in depth about delta log in the upcoming session. So are we good till here, team?
Yes.
Okay, now let's learn how to create or drop databases, how to create a drop schema. First thing you should understand one thing here. Databases or schema is nothing but a database. Okay, here schema is not different from the database like our relational databases. How we have database is different, schema is different. But here when you say schema, when you say database, both are same. So I'll show you that now. Okay, next we will see how to create delta tables in custom databases, or you can say custom tables. It should be R. Okay, both are same, that's why. Okay, or you can say simply you can put this way. Now I am asking, can you show me all the databases that are available in the Databricks? It is showing what databases are currently available. What databases are
Default.
currently available?
Default database.
Only default. Select current database means currently this notebook is using which database. I want to know current database in use. Default database we are currently using. Now create a database DeltaDB. I am creating a database called DeltaDB. I am creating a database called, let's say, create schema TestDB. Create schema SalesDB. Okay. Now you ask show databases. These many databases are there. Can you tell me what is the current working database? Still default. We have not changed the database on which we want to work. Understood, team? Please stop me if you feel I am going faster. Please stop me. Everybody understood? You can create a databases using create database or create schema. I just asked to show databases. It will show all the databases available. Now I am asking what is a working database? Still default because we have not changed it. Now I am saying use database DeltaDB. Now I am switching from default to DeltaDB. Now if you ask what is the working database currently, is it changed to DeltaDB or not?
Yes.
Is it changed to DeltaDB or not, team? Yes, it is changed. Next, if I say drop database SalesDB, will it drop? Yes. Drop schema TestDB. Okay, now if I ask to show databases, how many databases it will show? How many databases it will show now?
Default or not?
See, only I dropped 2 databases, SalesDB, TestDB. You can see how many databases will be there. Show databases means
Default and Delta DB.
very good. How many?
2.
2.
I think so.
Why are you worrying? No, if it is wrong, also fine. Tell me something. Otherwise, I am doubt whether you are really here or you are not here. See, current database still we are using DeltaDB. Let's say now I want to, as you are using a DeltaDB, we want to ask, can you show me the tables in the DeltaDB? So no need to say in DeltaDB because currently we are in the DeltaDB only. So because current usage is on DeltaDB, so that's why when you say show tables, it will show the tables in the DeltaDB. Do you have any tables in the DeltaDB? No.
No
Now
tables.
what I'm doing, Now I am trying to create product table in which database? Delta DB.
Delta.
Now let's say if I am not saying delta dot product, delta DB dot product, can you tell me where this table will create?
Default data.
No.
Default database.
Why it will go to default? Currently, which database is in use?
Okay, Delta DB.
Delta DB. So that's why if you mention it, well and good, everybody will understand. If you have not mentioned, still this table will be created. Okay, now you can see this product table. Okay, now you can see describe formatted product. Now you can see this product table is created where? In Delta DB. Is it a managed table? Yes, it is managed table. What is the location of this table? This is the location of this table. Okay, good. Are we good? Now you can ask for the show tables. See, it is showing the tables. But can I also create like this delta db dot cust? Yes, you can. If you're not telling, it will use the database which is currently in use. Currently in use. But if you are mentioning the database name, it will use that database name. Okay, even though you are currently using delta db, but if I want to create in a default database, you need to specify like this. Understood? Clear? So this is the cust table, and which is pointing to this location. This is where? This is what is this location. So let's first of all, before I create this, I want to check whether this path is really exist in the data lake storage or not. Currently in the silver you have only emp. Now you are trying to create a cust table pointing to the cust folder in the data lake storage. Now you can just list down the same content here. See, cust folder is added or not added, Tim? I suppose
Added.
here. But the problem is already too many cells are there. I don't want to add any more cells. Okay. Now you can ask describe formatted cust. It is saying it is external table. It is under delta db. Table name is cust. This is the location of the table. Are we good?
Yes.
Now, so show tables. Now I am asking show tables. So see, you have a cust table and a product table. So you know one of this product table is a managed table. Cust is a external table. Now drop database delta db. I am trying to drop a database delta db. Can I able to drop or not? Can you guess it?
Yes, we can drop. Yes, we
Huh?
can drop. Yes, we can drop the database.
What it is saying? What is the error? Read it.
Cannot drop a schema Delta DB because it contains objects.
What is the meaning of it? It is not
So
a
they have
database
tables.
to drop. It is not a empty database to delete it. It has data. That's why if you really wanted to delete entire data with database, you need to use a cascade. Okay, that's why if you use cascade, it will drop. But now my question is, in this location, date like the paths, everything, this cust folder still available in the data lake or not?
Yes, available.
Because it's external, still it will be available. Okay, fine. Now I am creating a delta db once again. Current database in use is what, team? I dropped
Default.
delta db. Now I created a delta db. What will be the current database in use? Still delta db only. It will not switch. Okay, because as you dropped, it will not switch because it does not know. Because if you have a 10, to which database it has to switch? That's why it will be there with the delta db. If it is a dropped at the time of using, it will tell, it will say this database is not available. Okay, fine. On this delta DB, now I am creating a product table. Is it a managed table or external table? Is it a managed table or external table? Managed table.
Managed.
Why you people are taking this much time? It is very simple. Yesterday also I discussed. Okay, so now I am dropping a database delta. Will I be able to drop or not? Will I be able to drop it now or not?
No.
Will I be able to drop? No, because it is not a empty database. So this time, instead of using cascade, you can drop all the content, all the tables that you have. Drop table if it is existed. Okay, if product table is existed, can you drop it? Drop table if existed. As the product table existed, it is dropped. Now if you try to drop the delta table, it will allow you to drop. Okay, like this also you can drop. Now I am creating a database called MSDB. Now I am asking show databases, default MSDB, but what is the current database in use? Still delta DB, even though it is dropped. Now I am switching from delta DB to MSDB. So use database MSDB. Now I am asking what is the database in use? It is a MSDB. Are we good till here?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about the constraints. Primary key, foreign key constraints are available in Databricks Runtime 11.3 and above, and it is standardized, fully available from Databricks Runtime 15.2 and above. But the thing is, primary key and foreign key constraints requires a Unity catalog. Unity catalog we will discuss after completion of complete delta lake concepts. That's why you need to wait for some time, team. You need to wait for some time to use this primary key and foreign key, but I'll show you. First, list down whatever content you have in the warehouse. Currently MSDB we created, that's why only MSDB it is showing. Okay, but under MSDB have you created any tables? No, you have not created anything, that's why nothing is showing here. Okay, now what we wanted to do, okay, what we wanted to do is we want to create an employee table. So this employee table, where it will create, him tell me?
SDB.
MSDB, because currently in use is MSDB. But if you see ID int not null, I am adding a not null constraint, meaning ID and name should not be a null when you are inserting the data, and age should be integer. Primary key ID is a primary key. Now when I execute this, it will throw error saying that table constraints are only supported in the Unity catalog. So Unity catalog is something your cluster should be migrated to the Unity catalog capabilities that we will discuss in the after delta lake. So now you see primary key, foreign key reference I am giving here. So if you execute this, this also gives the same error. Table constraints are only supported in Unity catalog. Now I am asking dbutils.fs.ls. So it has the emp, it has the custom. But now again I am trying to create emp, but anyhow emp I am trying to create in the landing folder. So that's why in the landing itself I think it's not available. See, landing itself not available, so there won't be any problem. Now not null constraints are supported or not supported? Yes. So this is the employee table. not null constraints. See here, there are two constraints currently it is supported by the delta lake tables. One is not null constraints. It indicates that value in a specific column cannot be null. Second constraint is check constraints. It indicates that specified Boolean expression must be true for each input row. For example, age. So if I say age should be greater than or equal to 18 for casting a vote. So meaning that it will validate always this particular user age is greater than 18 or not. Okay, like that. Now, if I execute this table, so very important point note down here. Now, whenever you create a table, it uses read data delta lake versions. One write version is 2. Correct? What is this min reader version? Min writer version is this is the delta lake read version. Okay, delta lake code read version 0 read version 1 it will take for reading the data. For writing the data it uses delta lake version 2. Okay, but delta lake version 2 won't support the check constraints. Delta Lake version MinWriter 2 won't support the check constraints because while writing the data, it has to check whether the customer age is, the employee age is greater than 18 or not. So for that, the write version 2 won't support. We need to use the write version 3. So when you add alter table EMP, add a constraint. So age check. What is the check name? Age check. What we want to check? Age greater than or equal to 18 or not, you need to check. Okay. Now I am adding the constraints. Now you see when you add a constraint, automatically write version will upgrade to 3. You can see earlier table version, so only it has given table properties it has given only these two, but now when you ask table properties it is giving everything. Clear? Are we good?
What is this for version? I haven't get that part. What
That
is
is the
the
versions that are used within the backend of the Delta Lake because we are using Delta Lake futures, right? Delta Lake futures, whatever we are using, which version? Because there will be upgrades. The futures will be keep on adding while reading what are the new futures, while writing what are the new futures that they are keep developing the new futures and they will be releasing them as a versions while reading the delta tables while writing the delta tables that those are the versions. Okay, we always can able to use the standardized versions while creating the tables. What is the min reader version, min writer versions? We have to use standardized versions. Clear? This is kind of your software upgrade tip. Similarly, Delta Lake has a reader versions. A read code is different, write code is different. So because in the on the read they may improve something, on the write they may improve something and release it as a separate feature. Okay, everybody understood this? Okay. Now let's verify them. See, one Rama 40 I am inserting. So fine, age is 40. So these two are not null. There won't be any problem. So now here ID is null I am passing. What happens you see? What it's saying not null constraint violated for column ID. Okay, yes, ID is working. So here name, see not null constraint violated for column name. So it is also not inserted. Here age if you see which is a 70. So check constraint violated, age check age greater than or equal to 18 violated by row with the value. So that's why this also won't insert. Understood tip? That's how constraints will be working on the tables. Now select star from EMP. So currently we inserted only first record 1 Rama 40. Now I am inserting into EMP values are 2, 3, 4. So now tell me, so here already 1 Rama 40 is there, 2, 3, 4 I inserted. Now when I say select star from EMP, how many records will be there total? How many records will be there total?
2 record.
Huh? 2
One record.
1 record you have already, 3 records I inserted. How many records will be there?
4.
4 records. Okay. Now insert overwrite EMP table. I am inserting instead of into. I am using a keyword called overwrite. Insert overwrite EMP table. Values are 5, Shashi 29. So if I execute this, it is a overwrite mode. After overwrite, if I say select star from EMP, how many records will be there?
One.
Only one. Very good. Because it's a overwrite. Now insert overwrite EMP values are 1, 2, 3. I am inserting with this 1, 2, 3 in the overwrite mode. So now tell me select star from EMP. How many records will be there?
3.
3. Very good. Now let's talk about delta utilities. Let's discuss now. Now you have this EMP table. I am describing the EMP table. If you say DESCR, only it will show the column names, data types. You can also fully use the describe EMP, same. Short name or full name you use, it will be same. When you use the describe formatted EMP, okay, it will show complete information. Formatted you can use or extended you can use. It will show the type of tables, location, in which database, what is the table, what are the columns, complete information it will show. Okay, even you can use extended also show the same thing. Okay, now describe detailed EMP means the same data it will show it in a single row. Okay, it will show it in a single row. See min writer, check constant properties. Okay, so if we have here, one problem that I have seen is the type of table I did not find here. Okay, is it a manager table or external table? That information is missing in this detailed EMP. So that is something is missing. Okay, next, you know already show table properties EMP means it will show the only properties of the table. Okay, till here are we good? Now what is this? What is this is called? Tell me.
File system.
What is this called? File system. Okay, magic command. So till now what we are doing, dbutils.fs.ls. Instead of that you can use a magic command fs, ls linux command kind of thing. Ls you can put from this location I want to list down the content. Okay, see here all the data that you inserted, overwritten, everything will be there here. Okay, now describe history EMP or DESC history EMP, both is same. It will show you complete information what is happened on the table. What happened in this table is for total 6 times there is execution. First time created the table, added constraint, next 4 times written the data, but within this written 2 times appended, 2 times last 2 times overwritten. Okay, So reader version is first 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this reader version is different. Okay. This reader version is the version of the changes. First time when you create 0th version, when you inserted first version, when you overwritten second version, like that, if you change it. Number of output rows changed. Here first time inserted 1, appended 1, appended 3, overwritten with 1, overwritten with 3. So this number of records. So on which Databricks runtime it is done. So complete information we have when you go for history. Now this is what I was talking about, time travel and versioning. For example, I have by mistake overwritten data. Whatever data was there at third version, okay, at this time, that is correct. You can restore it. You can come back. I want to come back to the second version. You can come back, or by time at 247, whatever data is there, that data I want to restore it in this location. You can restore it. That thing we will see in the upcoming session. So now I am reading a CSV file. So let me upload this data. So go to landing, flight data, save it, go to flight data, upload, flight schedule.csv file, upload this. Where it is, yeah, flight schedule.csv. Now I am reading this file team and showing you the data. See, this is the data you have. Okay, so header, you can header equal to false, you need to say, because I don't have headers in this file. Okay, it is added a yeah, it is added a default address, and this is my data. Okay, how many records I have counted? So 2 lakhs records I have. Okay, now this 2 lakhs records I can directly query it like this. Select star from CSV dot, like this. If you have delta data, delta dot, that path you can give. Just to show you that I'm explaining you this. See now, same data. Am I able to read this or not? Am I able to read this here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now from this CSV file, you can take this CSV file data and you can insert into this flight schedule. Okay, flight schedule file. Create or replace table, flight schedule. Now tell me, flight schedule is a managed table or external table I am trying to create here? It's a managed table. Now I am inserting all the CSV data into this managed table. Now you can just query this and see whether data is available here or not. Yes, data is available. Now you can see. So these are all the columns. So on MSDB it is there. Okay, table name is flight schedule, type of table is managed, provider is delta, meaning now I have loaded the CSV data. I converted the CSV data into the delta. Okay, I read it as a table, CTAS. Okay, that is what I need to say. Okay, create table as another table or another file. Okay, like this. Clear team? Next. So I can list down the content from this managed table, because it's a managed table, right? You can able to see all the data from this. Now what else I can do is I can take this data and I can create a flight underscore schedule. This is flight schedule without underscore. It is a flight underscore schedule. Flight underscore schedule is it a managed table or external table I am trying to create? It's an external table I am trying to create. Okay. So next you can query the same data that is loaded. See, same data we are able to see. Same data we are able to see. Now describe extended flight schedule. I just wanted to see whether it is a managed table or external table. Is it a managed table or external table? Managed table. This is the location. Okay. Next. Now I am creating a table manually with all the columns. Create or replace table credit data. Now what I want to do, I have some file here. Okay, so now you see copy into credit data. See, credit data table I have created. Now what I will do, in the credit data one folder I'll create in the landing layer. Okay, in the landing layer what I'll do, I'll create one credit data folder. Under credit data folder I'll upload, first let's upload weekly file. Okay, now what I will do, this from this folder, whatever new data is there, that data I'm copying into the credit data. So this file is having header, that's why header comma true, info schema equal to true I am using, because here type is int, right? That's why while reading the format CSV you need to info schema. Now 12 records are inserted. Second time if I execute again, will it copy from the file? No. Third time if you execute, no. If you run as many times, it will not insert new like the same data into this table until some new data is added. So now I am adding a credit monthly.csv, which is a new data I have added here. As I have added a new data, so now if I execute this, now again it will copy that new data into this credit data table. See, again 12 records. Now if you query, how many records will be there total? Total how many records will be there? You will have a 24 records. 12 into 12. Clear tip? These are the different ways to create a delta databases, dropping the databases, creating the tables with the constraints, the difference between the managed table versus external table, creating delta table with the CTAS, copy into delta utilities we have learned for today. Okay. Any questions? Please let me know, team. Lot of things are covered today. You need to practice it.
Well, yeah, the reader and
Question.
writer version, right? Is it same for all the tables or we can change? Like, can
What?
we, like, the reader and writer version, right? For the
Hmm.
delta table. Can we change? Like, can we downgrade and upgrade or
Yes,
is it?
yes, yes, yes. How you can change is, so for example, I'll show you. Let me just quickly show you. Okay, so this is the right way. Let me create one table because I'm not able to find anywhere that samples. So I'll create, you want me to create managed table or Excel table?
But reader and writer version is the same for both, right?
That you can able to set it up. Okay, you need to set, yes, that will be same, but that you need to set up those things. You need to copy this, put that here. Sorry, what happened? It's not working. It should be given like this.
Do you know the ADF connector version? If we use the Delta Lake, right, in ADF, which version it will use? Because I'm
See,
facing
generally, uh, let, because we are using in the my project, but I exactly did not remember which version we are using. Otherwise, I'll first let me do one thing.
because I'm facing an error that I'm facing. Not me, but our team. But I'm aware of this error.
Okay, 1 second. We will see that.
I just pasted in the chat.
Hmm. Yes. So you need to put this way. I'm just showing you first of all how this can be given it. Okay, so like this it should be given. Okay, this is how the table should be created. Okay, and now let's say I think table.
But if you're already using the higher version for Delta Lake, right? And if we need to use the lower version, right? But that would be a lot of manual approach, right? You have to drop and recreate all the tables.
1 second. That is there is a something called you can, so that's why when you are creating the table itself you need to take care of those things. Okay, it should be test, right? Just a minute, because first let me complete how to specify this. I'll come one by one. Okay, so you can see this is how you can specify. See, I have also put one more property called auto optimize equal to true. For example, now I am saying test 1 and I'll say this right version 3 I want. So this is how you can able to set it up first of all. Okay, so after setting up, if you want to change it, okay, what you can do is, I think if you have a already data which is written with this particular version, if you can able to upgrade, but if you want to degrade, like if you want to decrease the min or version or read version, you need to recreate the table. That is what the as of now solution. Okay, otherwise you need to connect with the Databricks team. They may
The
suggest.
existing table, we can't alter it.
Now you can able to increase it. So the problem is maybe we can able to change it for our tables, but generally in real-time tables you can't able to change. The reason is already it has the tables with some data which is written with those versions. Okay, for example,
What property decide like which version it's gonna be for the Delta Lake tables?
huh?
What decides, like what property of the decides what will be the version of these tables? Like what would be the default version of these tables? Who decides? Like is it the
Now you have seen, right, what is the default version? I have already discussed today, but you people are again asking me the same thing. Okay, it's okay. See, this is where I have shown you, right? See, before I add a check constraint, I created a table. I have displayed the, see, I created a table. I have displayed the properties. Default version for read and write is this. I added a check constraint. Check constraints can't be done it using min writer version 2. That's where it is upgraded to the min writer version 3. Understood?
Okay.
So this is the default read version, write version. But what I am saying is you can also set it up your own min and min reader, min writer version for auto optimize all these things. You can set it up. I am saying that is what I was showing you here. Okay, but only thing is updating this table properties. I know what all the challenges we have, so we are also having a lot of problems with these things.
Okay.
ADF connector for Delta Lake uses reader version 2 and writer version 5, but the latest version for Delta Lake was updated to 3 and 7. Okay, so your error message is clearly saying, right, your Delta table is with the very latest reader and writer version 3 and 7, but your ADF is supporting up to read version 2, write version 5. Here you need to understand, maybe my read version, write version is 1 and 3 because I am using a older DBR 12.2. But what is the latest DBR that we have? 16. Okay. So if you use that, the default may change. Understood?
That's what I was trying to ask. Like, what changes these versions?
Yeah. So the DBR versions, when it change, the min reader version, min writer versions and all will change it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your help today.
But this table properties is one of the biggest challenge. Okay. I don't have too much time today to discuss those things, but definitely we will discuss on the table properties because this is one of the biggest challenge we were also having. The latest with the latest we also recently 1.5 month back we upgraded from Databricks runtime 13 to 15. We were having some challenges with the TVL properties. Okay, those all things we can able to very clearly visualize when we enable the catalog. We can much more clearly we can see. So those things we will discuss. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Malaya. Thank you so much.
No problem. But you can note down all these doubts, team, because I can't able to cover all those things at this moment. We will cover later. In Unity catalog, I'll cover these table properties, all issues, how we can resolve them. So please note down that and remind me. Okay. Any other
I think
questions?
better we can maintain the default read and write versions, right?
Yes, yes. So those things we'll see. Don't worry. Those table properties, anyhow, we'll discuss and see. Clear, team? Any questions? Any other questions? Okay, fine, team. Thank you.